let's get into this. An indictment dropped a couple days ago. I didn't really want to do a video on it. Damn, it's been a week. I didn't even realize it's been a week. But I've seen this indictment days and days ago. This is coming out of the Mitchell House, the Mitchell Projects, whatever you want to call it. And they don't have really big rappers. I know Went to the Bat from there, Jeff Loke, a couple others. But man, one dude I did recognize was Leaky. Leaky was one of the guys that was commenting on a Yoshi situation. I did a video on Yoshi's getting caught and get pulled over in the Mitch area in their parking lot, and they was making videos on it, and they was going back and forth. Leaky was one of them guys that was going back and forth, and he ended up getting picked up for this indictment. Members of Bronx gang charged with murder, attempted murder, assault, racketeering, and firearm offenses. And this is crazy. They throwing football numbers at these young men. I ain't want to really make a video on it, like I said, because they don't got a lot of big rappers going on. But bro, they're facing football type numbers, bro. They saying like if they get convicted, it's minimum life. It was crazy, bro. But I basically want to just talk about it because like we've seen so many indictments drop on the Bronx in the last couple of months. We've seen Lee Drilly get with 2 indictments, one being the Drilly indictment, and then the other one being a drug indictment. And then we've seen an RPD indictment, RPT, and then the Mitch, they get one. And then they're not really like into like a lot of Bronx stroke, but it just goes to show, bro. These indictments keep dropping, and it's crazy. They list a whole bunch of people. They were in custody, and yeah, bro. This is really what I want to talk to. We're gonna go back and read it, but bro, man, mandatory life in prison if convicted. Leaky, the same dude that we was talking about a couple weeks ago on my channel with the UC situation, mandatory life in prison. Taco, maximum of life of prison, mandatory minimum 20 years in prison, 10 years to run consecutive to any other sentence. Like, what the fuck? 20 years minimum. Shmula, maximum of life in prison, mandatory minimum 40 years. Saints, mandatory of life, minimum 20. Eli, mandatory life, 40 years minimum. OJ, maximum life, 30 minimum. X, which I don't know if it's the same X that passed away. I'm confused on that. But maximum life, mandatory, minimum 20 years. Gunplay, maximum of life, minimum 30 years. Cash, maximum of life, minimum 20 years. Like, this is crazy, bro. And this is all they get convicted. But looking at these charges: racketeering, conspiracy, narcotics, and conspiracy, use, brandishing, and discharge of a firearm. Yeah. They all getting hit with crazy ass charges, bro. But damn, I need to find like, I think it's like this area. Okay. I think this is just all of what they're being accused of, from at least in or about 2017 to in or about President ABG, which is what the Mitch called himself, was a criminal enterprise centered in Bronx, New York. ABG primarily operated in Mitchell houses and Lincoln and Willis Avenues. In addition to the local affiliation, many AMG members also affiliated with National Crip gangs. Damn. In order to make money for the gang, protect the gang's territory, and promote the gang standing members engaged in, among narcotics, trafficking, violence, including murder. To that, AMG sold crack, cocaine, marijuana, promoted the gang affiliation on social media, possessed firearms, engaged in shootings as part of the gang membership, and narcotics trafficking. For years, ABG engaged in disputes with rival crews in the Bronx, which resulted in numerous acts of violence. Among the many shootings that resulted from those rivalries was the murder of Darren Scruggs on February 18, 2019. And I know Benzo. I think Benzo was from Jackson, which Jackson is a whole nother situation. But I think I'm just speculating, and you feel me, going off what the internet says and what other people speculate. I think Jackson and Mitch, they have like a really like deep history and rivalry. And I know I don't know what Benzo's real name is, but Benzo is one of the Jackson's deceased members. Rest in peace to him. But I don't know if that's Darren Suggs. But I know Benzo's murder was in this. February 18, 2019, on a date, Henry Jones, Morgan, Roberto shot and killed Scruggs. In addition, Elijah shot a rival gang member on October 30th, 2018, and committed another shooting, with assistance. Carried out shooting. Hang on, let me make sure y'all can see this. That better? That might be better for y'all. I don't know why I didn't do that before. Yeah. ABG's rivalries also resulted in multiple shootings. For example, May 18, 2020, beating slashed a victim. Then on February 20th, slashed the victim across the face in the direction of. ABG members also participated in a conspiracy to distribute narcotics in New York. All defendants named in a superseding indictment participated in conspiracy with other individuals to distribute more than 280 grams of crack cocaine from at least in or about 2017 up to including the present. Between in or about 2017, the defendants have also possessed, used, brandished, discharged firearms. Further engagement. A chart containing the names who were charged and maximum sentence. The statutory maximum penalties are described as this. Mr. Williams praised outstanding work. Yeah, facts. Presumed innocent unless or until proven guilty. Facts. But yeah, man, these are the stats. These are not even the stats. 25, 23, 21, 23, 23, 22, 23, 21, 24, 22. No one under 21 and no one over 25. That shit is really crazy, bro. And their lives is just, what was that, 6, 9, 10? It's like 10 people, bro. 10 lives just could be ruined right now. Like I said, maximum life, mandatory life. This is minimum for these two. Or, I don't know, bro. I just know they facing a crazy amount of time, bro. Y'all can stop if y'all want to. Pause. But this is really crazy, bro. It's really crazy. But with that being said, you feel me? Shout out Super Warrior, bro. I was watching his videos like 9, 10, 11 months ago when my channel was super small, and I really wanted to learn more about the Bronx drill shit and everything, and he had super good in detail videos about it. But this seemed fitting with the recent indictment that came out, the Bronx Gang War, Rolling 60s Crip, the Mitchell Projects, all about guap. Shit crazy. He usually know what he's talking about, and I was looking at, because I really want to get back into his videos, but I have like a whole like playlist. Like whenever he drops a video, I'm gonna watch this eventually, and I got like probably like 30 or 40 videos I want to get to eventually. But yeah, man, I'm gonna try to sneak them in and just watch them, bro, because it's super interesting. I ain't gonna lie, it's just super hard to like. I'm terrible with names. Like even when I watch shows, I'm terrible with names and remembering names, and especially when I don't have like a face to put it against. It's super tough for me. I got bad memory. But yeah, man, shout out Super Warrior, bro. He got 43K. Like I remember his page got deleted like months and months ago, and he came back and he came out swinging. He going crazy. Shout out him. But yeah, man.
This is just a quick overview of the crew in Mitchell's. The next time we come back here, we will be doing the story from their opposition's perspective while elaborating a little more on Mitchell's. Anyway, the United States Attorney, the Commissioner of the New York City Police Department, and acting special agent in charge of Homeland Security investigations, announced charges against 10 alleged members of a street gang known as ABG in the Bronx, New York. Do-Man, Leaky, Taco, Smula, Saint, Eli, Oj, X, Gunplay, and Cash, all of whom are members of ABG, were charged in a superseding indictment with racketeering conspiracy, drug.
It's a real picture? I can't tell because like the lighting look crazy on them. Ain't no way this is real. This is crazy.
Trafficking and firearms offenses. Do-Man, Leaky, Smula, Saint, Eli, OJ, X, and Gunplay were also charged with engaging
is a crazy
in violent crimes in aid of racketeering. Do-Man and Leaky are additionally charged with aiding and abetting murder in the Bronx. Do-Man, Eli, Smula, X, and Cash were already in custody in connection with charges contained in a previous indictment related.
Pretty sure this is like This is how serious shit get, bro. This is like the Mitchell shit, you know, everything right here. Literally a block over. This is my haven. I'm pretty sure. This is my haven. I, I know it's like a block over. I think like this is where 143 and all that shit is.
Related to this
Shit really crazy, bro. And then like, yeah, bro.
Smula and Gunplay are in federal custody in connection with charges. Cash were already in custody in connection with Do-Man, Eli, Smula, X, and Cash were already in custody in connection.
Okay, so X isn't the person that passed away.
With charges contained in a previous indictment related to this prosecution.
Smula double indictments?
And Gunplay are in federal custody in connection with charges filed in other prosecutions. Saint and Taco in state custody and will be transferred into federal custody. Leaky was arrested in the Bronx not too long before this video dropped. From at least in or about 2017 to in or about the present, ABG was a criminal enterprise entered in the Bronx, New York. ABG primarily operated in the vicinity of the Mitchell houses in the vicinity of 135th and 138th Streets and Lincoln and Willis Avenues. Don't get the 2017 part messed up, as we know Mitchell has been active long before this, and that this story is just dealing with a younger generation of guys. If you want some background on this area, check out our last Mitchell houses story.
Who the fuck is this? This fucking... Oh, Kyrie. Oh, shit.
ABG stands for All About WAP, and most
might need to watch that video.
Are a part of the Rolling 60s Crips. They are affiliated with Kirtland Avenue, the OGs, or whatever. In order to make money for the gang, protect the gang's territory, and promote the gang's standing, members of ABG engaged in, among other things,
like,
narcotic.
Like, I ain't from New York, I always say that all the time, but this shit really crazy, bro. This shit dirty as like, bro, I can't imagine just walking out, bro. Like the air gotta be super.
Trafficking and violence, including murder. To that end, ABG members sold crack cocaine and marijuana, promoted their gang affiliation on social media, possessed firearms, and engaged in shootings as part of their gang membership and narcotics trafficking. For years, ABG engaged in disputes with rival crews in the Bronx, which resulted in numerous acts of violence. They have had long-lasting beef with the guys from the Westchester Avenue projects, and also a well-known beef with Betances. All defendants named in the superseding indictment participated in a conspiracy with other individuals to distribute more than 280 grams of crack cocaine from at least in or about 2017 up to and including the present. The defendants also possessed, used, brandished, and discharged firearms in furtherance of the narcotics conspiracy in which they all participated. Cops would arrest 2 Bronx teens from Mitchell's for the shooting death of a young gang member. The victim's mom worried that her family may be in the crosshairs of the alleged killer's accomplices. On February 14, Valentine's Day of 2019, Leaky, 19 at the time, and Taco, 17 at the time, were charged with the murder of 19-year-old Aaron Scruggs. The murder occurred about a week prior on February 8. Police were initially looking for 4 suspects after Scruggs was repeatedly shot in the back at 1:25 p.m. outside a pizza shop near East 156th Street and Westchester Avenue. There had been threats that they're going to come for his sisters, Scruggs' mother told the Daily News. She believed Scruggs' friend set him up to be killed. We will talk more about this in the next video. Another member of the gang, Eli, also allegedly shot and killed a person in 2019 with help from fellow crew member Smula. In addition, Eli shot at rival gang members on October 30, 2018, and committed another shooting on August 21, 2021, with assistance from Smula. Separately, Smula carried out a shooting on March 25, 2022, during which he struck a victim. OJ also carried out a different shooting on October 28, 2021, and Do-Man committed a shooting on November 7, 2021, with assistance from Gunplay. Several other members of the gang are charged with various murders. We will also elaborate on this later on. ABG's rivalries also resulted in multiple slashings. For example, on May 8, 2020, Gunplay, Eli, and X beat and slashed a victim. Then on February 20, 2021, Leaky slashed a victim across the face at the direction of Saint. Let's get a little more into Leaky though. On January 9, 2016, Leaky, who was then 19 years old, attended a party in the Bronx.
Okay. He attended a party in the Bronx?
The fight broke out at the party, which resulted in Leaky quite smartly, deciding to leave the party.
Okay.
As Leakey was leaving, the fight moved outside, and a number of partygoers elected to stay and watch. A gun or guns were fired, causing Leakey and others to run away in fear of their safety. Police officers ran in the direction of people whom they believed to have been involved in the fight or to have fired a gun during the fight. It turns out, Leakey happened to be running in the same direction as another person running from the fight, Chris, who in fact possessed a gun. Chris and police engaged in a shootout. During the course of the chase.
What the fuck? Yo. That's the worst thing to do, bro. You cannot, like, just take the L, bro. Like, there's no way you're gonna, like, shoot at a cop, kill him, and then get away with it, bro. Like, there's no way, bro. Like, that shit don't make no sense to me, bro. Like, take the L.
He happened to be running in the same direction as another person running from the fight, Chris, who in fact possessed a gun.
Isn't worth it at all, bro. Cause you first off, they got aim. They work on they shit. They go to gun range probably like damn near every week or some shit. I don't know. Just so like in times like this, they can use it because it could be their last second. Like, bro, they definitely like, bro, just not worth it, bro. Cause you may be firing a couple times at your ops and shit like that, but bro, when it comes to like police officers that actually like practice they aim, and that's literally what they get trained for. It's not worth it, bro. Because first off, you can die. And even if you do kill him or shoot him and get away, you're still going to get caught, most likely, because they're going to find out some way to get you, and just not worth it, bro.
Chris and police engaged in a shootout. During the course of the chase and shooting, a police officer was shot in the foot.
Damn.
Chris was eventually caught after a chase and charged with various crimes and
Fucking had a shootout with the cops, shot one of them in the leg or foot, and ran away and still got caught.
convicted. As Leakey was running, another police officer commanded him to stop and get down. Leakey complied. He approached Leakey and asked him to move to a nearby grassy area where a gun was lying on the ground. Leakey said it was not his gun. However, the cop, believing the gun belonged to Leakey and had possibly been the source of his fellow cop's gunshot wound, arrested Leakey. The cop completed a police report.
See, bro, like, watch the police officer completed the police report and said it was Leakey's gun or something.
Report stating that he saw Leakey with a gun and then hand off the gun to another person who threw the gun in the grass and ran away. Another police officer.
Just be lying, bro. Like, that's why I hate police officers, bro. Just be lying, bro. Like, just wrong place, wrong time. Like, better check that fucking. They better check the fingerprints and shit like that or something, bro. Cause that's really crazy. Wrong place, wrong time.
Hand off the gun to another person who threw the gun in the grass and ran away. Another police officer also participated in filing a report against Leakey. The other person who the cop said threw the gun in the grass was never apprehended. The cop repeated his report to the district attorney and then to a grand jury, which indicted plaintiff. He also testified in court against Leakey. It further turned out that Stewart was shot by a fellow police officer and that there was no physical evidence, such as DNA or fingerprints.
Yo! Okay, so fuck what I was talking about when they practicing their aim, because they obviously don't, bro. How the fuck you shoot your... Oh, bro. I thought these motherfuckers was practicing their aim. I know if I was a police officer, like, that's life or death right there, bro. Like, I'm practicing my aim. I'm in the gun range every day. So fuck what I was talking about. Maybe they just don't give a fuck, bro. Because how the fuck you shoot your... Yo, cause they got the ballistic reports, bro. Like when there's a bullet that shot, like it has like a fingerprint type shit, so it knows which gun shot which and shit like that. So in the end, they had a shootout with the police officers. They didn't shoot nobody. Police officer shot his own man's, and then on top of that, they picked up someone that didn't have a gun at all. Leakey took him back to where they thought he threw the gun at, or passed it off, and someone else threw the gun. They went back to that area and basically planted on him and said it was his gun. Like, and all of this, they just lying. Like, bro, they better beat this case, bro.
Connecting Leakey to the gun.
Shit,
Leakey maintained his innocence throughout, voluntarily testified on his own behalf before the grand jury, and ultimately was acquitted by a jury. Leakey was detained for approximately 61 days in jail while awaiting trial. Let's talk a little bit more about X. There was X's participation.
That's 2 months that he can't get back, by the way. 61 days. That's 2 months of his life just gone because of the situation that he had nothing to do with. Shit crazy,
in the slashing in May 2020, X's past sales of crack cocaine to an undercover, his possession of a firearm in August 20.
God damn. So crack cocaine
More
to
about X.
undercover?
There was X's participation in a slashing in May 2020.
Ain't
X's
no
past
way.
sales of crack cocaine to an undercover. His possession of a firearm in August 2021. X was arrested in possession of crack cocaine less than 1 week after being charged by state prosecutors with possession of a firearm and crack cocaine. There were various social media posts created after X's detention on September 8, 2021. There was a jail call from March 9, 2020, in which X and fellow gang member, Taco, discuss X arranging to have an individual bring a knife into Rikers Island, where Taco was detained. Knives or razors were referred to as cabs or Ubers. They discussed how it would be transferred, black
Oh,
tape.
no. I was about to say, if they don't use some type of code and they try to, yeah, that would be crazy. But that's crazy, bro. Sneaking knives and stuff.
A holster, was cab into Rikers Island, where Taco
Crazy.
was detained. Knives or razors were referred to as cabs or Ubers. They discussed how it would be transferred, black tape, a holster, you know the lingo, if you know you know. Anyway, on or about September 2, 2021, a confidential source, with whom a law enforcement has spoken to on at least 10 other occasions, called with info. CS1 saw X carrying a firearm in X's right pocket. X was located, among other places, in the vicinity of the Mitchell houses in the Bronx. Shortly after speaking with CS1, on or about September 2, 2021, the agent contacted a police officer with the NYPD, Officer 1, and told Officer 1, CS1 has prior state convictions for robbery and narcotics offenses, among other crimes. CS1 is providing information to law enforcement in the hopes of receiving financial compensation. The information provided by CS1 on other occasions has been deemed reliable and has been corroborated by other evidence, including information provided by another witness.
Damn.
Officer 1 confirmed that he was familiar with X from his work with the NYPD. Officer 1 and another officer went to the vicinity of the Mitchell houses in order to locate X. While there, X was observed walking down a sidewalk in the Mitchell houses. Officer 1 and Officer 2 approached X in order to conduct a frisk of X for any weapons. Officer 2 patted down X's front right pants pocket and removed a firearm that was loaded with 7 rounds of ammunition.
Damn.
He was also found with 35 clear bags of what appeared to be crack cocaine. On May 19, 2021, one man was killed and another was hospitalized in a shooting late night by the Mitch. The 2 victims were walking out from the deli on Willis and East 137th Streets when a car drove by and started firing at around 11:30 p.m. The suspect got out of the vehicle and chased the victims while continuing to fire his gun. The 2 victims managed to run toward an NYPD post. 24-year-old Bosca was shot multiple times and had been pronounced dead. A 20-year-old victim was shot in the leg but did not cooperate with investigators. Bosca, I believe, is OJ's brother. OJ is an ABG member that we spoke of earlier. While law enforcement's investigation is ongoing, OJ is believed to have been involved in 2 shootings on October 28, 2021, which took place minutes apart from one another and in the territories of ABG's rivals. Specifically, surveillance footage shows that one of the shooters was wearing distinctive sneakers, which appear to be the same sneakers that OJ was recorded on surveillance footage wearing earlier that day. Law enforcement has identified other evidence connecting ABG to these shootings.
Man, that can be anything though, but it's like, that's crazy. I don't know what the sneakers look like.
For example, ballistics
I ain't gonna go
analysis
too crazy.
confirmed that shell
Never know.
casings from the shootings were from the same gun that was used to commit a shooting approximately a week later, for which fellow ABG member, Leakey, has been arrested and charged. Finally, the same type of car that was used in the October 28 shootings parked in the parking lot of the Mitchell housing project where ABG is based about 2 hours after the shootings. The NYPD thereafter placed a boot on the wheel of the car and an ABG member called about getting the boot removed. OJ has 2 prior arrests involving crack cocaine.
Nah, that's smart. From the cop standpoint, that's smart. That's crazy, bro. I thought, I don't know why when I thought boot, I thought they was talking about like a little tracker. But that is smart to figure out whose car it is. Well, I mean, not really, because you feel me, it could be in someone else's, or it could be in someone else's name, but the person that's driving it can just call and get. That's smart. Smart.
further evidencing that drug dealing appears to have been his sole occupation for years.
Damn.
On January 12, 2020, OJ was in a car with co-defendants Leakey and X and 2 other individuals, parked in the vicinity of where the defendants are known to sell crack cocaine. Inside the car, law enforcement found a tray with crack and powder cocaine in bags indicative of distribution. Over a year and a half later, OJ was still dealing crack cocaine in the same area, as further evidenced by his arrest on September 29, 2021, wherein law enforcement observed him engage in a hand-to-hand drug deal. Law enforcement stopped the individual with whom OJ made the sale and recovered crack.
My thing is, bro, if you're gonna sell drugs in the same area, do it in a different way. Like, you gotta be smart about this shit, bro. Like, you can't be doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I know the Mitch, they got more indictments before this and shit like that. Like, this isn't something new to them. They know the police are watching. So I don't understand how you keep doing the same thing, the hand-to-hand shit. You gotta outsmart them. You gotta do something different. They selling to informants. They doing this. It's all allegedly. But I'm just saying, bro, you gotta do something different. Especially if you're just gonna do it in the same area over and over again. Like, you gotta think of new methods, my guy.
Cocaine and heroin. OJ was then arrested and found to be in possession of approximately $1,159. Records relating to this arrest are attached as Exhibit C.
Wait, how much?
And 59. OJ was then arrested and found to be in possession of approximately $1,159.
Oh, 1,000. I don't know why I thought it was 100,000.
Records relating to this arrest are attached as Exhibit C, and OJ was also on recorded jail calls in August and September 2021, talking with other ABG members about bagging up drugs and selling crack cocaine. OJ also texted co-defendant X in September 2021, telling X to come down with it and bring the scale, further evidencing their involvement in.
Bring the scale? Yo, bro, you're not even hiding it, bro. Oh my god, bro. Like, why do it over the phone? Isn't there, like, I don't know how they do it in New York, or you feel me, do it nowadays, but if you're like, why don't they just, like, I don't know, like, do it face to face? Like, not face to face because they can't, like, do each other in jail. Pause. Not do each other, but, like, talk to each other in jail. But, like, why don't they do the visit shit? Like, isn't the visit shit when you get on the call that's just not recorded, right? Why don't they just do it there? Now they're not even trying to hide that shit. Yeah, bro, that shit crazy, bro. Like, talking in code is one thing, but, like, just outright saying bring the scale or whatever he's saying, like, bro, just do that shit face to face. They're recording every call, obviously, and you're already down for an indictment.
Telling X to come to this arrest are attached as Exhibit C, and OJ was also on recorded jail calls in August and September.
Damn, that shit open 24 hours? My bad. Damn. 24.
As Exhibit C, and OJ was also on recorded jail calls in August and September 2021, talking with other ABG members about bagging up drugs and selling crack cocaine. OJ also texted co-defendant X in September 2021, telling X to come down with it and bring the scale, further evidencing their involvement in narcotics distribution. The evidence of OJ's own gun possession is clear as OJ exchanged text messages with another ABG member about accessing a gun. Specifically, on November 22, 2022, an ABG member texted OJ to go get it and come to the spot. OJ responded 8. The ABG member then asked, which female dog is it, to which OJ responded 357, referring to a firearm. OJ further aided and
357. Yo, bro. Like, come on, bro. Do this shit face to face. You feel me? Do a FaceTime call that can't be recorded. I think FaceTime calls are the one thing that can't be recorded. Just do a FaceTime call, bro. Like, literally, or just do the shit face to face. Like, God, bro. It's a lot of crazy shit, bro.
Is it, to which OJ responded 357, referring to a firearm. OJ further aided and abetted his co-defendant's gun possession in connection with their collective crack dealing, as he sold crack alongside co-defendants who publicly posted photographs of themselves with guns onto social media sites. In the early morning hours.
Yo, bro. This is why I don't use the internet. Not because I got anything to hide, bro. I'm like, bro, why did people put everything on the internet, bro? I'm looking at everybody posting their guns and they shits on the internet. I'm like, bro, if you really doing shit, why do you need to post it? Like, you feel me? Why do people need to know you post it? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Maybe because it's look cool, but I'm never looking at someone's Instagram post like, oh shit, he got a gun. Oh nah, I'm not. I'm not going near him. No, I'm not like that. I'm like, oh, he got a gun. What do you do? Like, bro, just if you actually doing this shit, or you feel me, alleged of doing this shit, don't post it.
Photographs of themselves with guns onto social media sites. In the early morning hours of January 12, 2022, law enforcement went to the last known address for OJ, but he was not there. Subsequently, OJ learned that he had an outstanding arrest warrant and posted to his public Instagram story on January 14, 2022, claiming that he was turning himself in. 2 days later, OJ and Leaky turned themselves in together at a local police precinct. Cash is another member too. On January 14, 2020, Cash was arrested while in the driver's seat of a parked car with 3 others, including co-defendant and fellow ABG member Eli. Eli might need his own story, but he will be a part of the next one.
Oh shit.
Anyway, Cash had 39 bags of crack cocaine on him, and approximately 29 more bags of crack cocaine were obtained from others who were inside Cash's car. Approximately 4 months later, an undercover officer with the NYPD, the UC, who purchased crack cocaine from several of Cash's co-defendants, contacted X about purchasing crack cocaine. X instructed the UC to contact Cash, which the UC did. Thereafter, the UC arranged a controlled purchase directly from Cash for substances that were later tested and tested positive for crack cocaine. The controlled purchase was video recorded. The following year, on June 10, 2021,
Yo, how the fuck they recorded him?
Cash was arrested while in the driver's seat of a vehicle, which contained vials of crack and bags of powder cocaine. Cash was a regular participant in armed crack dealing carried out by ABG. On the afternoon of January 13, 2022, the detective went to a location where Cash and other members of his gang are known to sell crack cocaine. After arriving, the detective observed a car associated with Cash. The driver of the car, later identified as Cash, drove away after appearing to notice the detective, and the detective followed him. Cash drove into Manhattan and ran several red lights, ostensibly trying to avoid the detective and the arrest warrant he was well aware of, until the detective was able to secure backup, activate emergency police sirens and cut Cash's car off, finally forcing Cash to stop. Cash was placed under arrest. Law enforcement recovered a scale inside the car Cash was driving consistent with narcotics distribution. On January 14, 2022, Cash was presented before the Honorable Barbara Moses and arraigned on the superseding indictment. As we stated earlier, this is just an overview of the crew. Soon, we will spin back around. We may wait a while so we can do the whole Betances involvement. But this about wraps it up, and as always, stay low and thanks for watching.
For sure, I'm definitely after that shit.
March 9th.
What the fuck, bro? Oh my god. Y'all ain't never watched no, like, movies or some shit, like, Paid in Full, shit like that, bro? Like, y'all selling straight to the motherfuckers. Like, this was fire, bro. I'm definitely gonna tune in more, bro, because that was, like, that was fire, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I got, like I said, I got a whole playlist of, like, shit I see that sounds interesting. Do it to a playlist. We got, like, 30 of them. We gonna start doing this more, because, like, this was crazy. And it's like, the one thing is, I thought Leaky was the dude because he deactivated his Instagram first off after everything happened with this indictment. The Leaky dude I was talking about that was in my video that responded to you, shit like that. It was like Leaky Hoodrich was his name or something like that. He spelled with the EY, and I guess there's another Leaky. Like, bro, first off, y'all gotta stop using the same name, bro. There's three Leakies I know about now. 2 from the Mitch and shit like that. There's fucking like 5 lefties. Like we Kenzo's, oh my god, the Kenzo shit. Y'all need to start getting better names or like creative names. But this was fire, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy, bro. They got hell, bro. I know it's all alleged and shit like that. That's why I'm gonna leave it at. But damn, bro, they got him on some shit. Free that. God damn, y'all need to watch more Paid in Fools and videos. What the fuck? Y'all just doing the same shit over and over again. The Mitchell's Projects is right across the street. Oh my. Yo, I did not know they was right across from the 40th precinct. What the fuck? Y'all need to tighten up. What the? Y'all getting. Yo, shout out Super Warrior, bro. This shit was fire.